Good day, sir. We will present now our topic is kinetic gases. I'm Amada John Marti.
I'm Jericho Delayan Puson. I'm Christian J. Palespi. I'm Justin Barbon. I'm Giancarlo Miller.
So today we're going to talk about the kinetic theory of gases. What are gas? Gas is made up of atoms and molecules that are widely placed from each other, not attracting each other and not forming a form. So gases have no physical forms because of their molecules being apart from each other. So here it said gases are easy to compress and expand, mainly because of its atoms being farther than each other. Unlike the other states of matter like solids and liquids, gas uh, have little to no attraction of molecules to each other. So, so instead of measuring its height, weight, and length, gases are measured with pressure. Pressure is defined as the force exerted per unit of surface area. So what are the gas units? What are the gas pressures units? So here, it can be measured in several units such as kilopascals or kPa, atmospheres or atm, and millimeters of mercury or mmHg. So, what are the behavior of a gas particles? Since gas particles are a very loose material, its atoms and molecules spreads farly away at their other molecules like this. Since gas are farther away from their other molecules, its behavior of atoms goes away to each other. So gas have no physical forms because of its atom going away at each other. So how does someone measures gas? Fortunately, gases can be weighed and measured using a method that was new in its time of discovery. Hence, the usage of the mole.
Good day, I'm Jomark Bituin, and I'll be presenting on the mole and molar mass. Definition of mole. So basically, the mole or mole is a chemistry unit defining a specific amount of substance. It contains as many elementary entities as atoms in 12 grams of carbon 12. This allows for precise measurement of gases and other substances. Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number, named after Amedeo Avogadro, is a cornerstone of chemistry. This number, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd power, tells us how many particles are in 1 mole of any substance. Fixed value of a mole. A mole always contains Avogadro's number of particles. The mass of 1 mole of a substance in grams is numerically equal to its molecular mass. Carbon 12 example. Carbon 12 serves as the basis for the atomic mass unit or AMU. Because 12 grams of carbon 12 contains 1 mole of atoms, provides a direct link between atomic mass and the mole concept. Now, let's proceed to the molar mass. What is molar mass? Molar mass tells us the mass of 1 mole of a substance. For elements, it's the same as the atomic mass. For compounds, we add up the atomic masses of all the atoms in the molecule to find the molar mass. Carbon and zinc examples. How can we see the molar mass in action? Consider carbon 12, its atomic mass is 12 AMU, and 1 mole weighs 12 grams. Zinc follows the same pattern. 65.39 AMU atomic mass equals to 65.39 grams per mole. Calculating molar mass of compounds. To calculate the molar mass of a compound, simply add up the atomic masses of all the atoms present in one molecule of that compound. Sample, water or H2O. Let's calculate water's molar mass. Hydrogen's atomic mass is approximately 1 AMU, and the oxygen is 16 AMU. H2O has two hydrogens and one oxygen, so its molar mass is 2 times 1 AMU plus 16 AMU equals to 18 AMU, or 18 grams per mole.
So today, we will discuss about the kinetic molecular theory, or the study about why gases behave this way. So, if we go into the introduction, the kinetic molecular theory, they make many assumptions to explain why gases behave the way they do, like going farther away from each other atoms. So the five postulates of kinetic molecular theory explains it. And the first, so here in the first postulates, gases are composed of molecules whose size is negligible compared to the average distance between them. Because gases and their molecules are apart from each other, so gases behave that way, like they don't have physical form and they go anywhere they want to. In number two, postulates, molecules move randomly in straight lines in all direction and speed varies. So, gaseous molecules moves anywhere in a straight line, but it varies in speed, whether it be fast or slow. Gases behave in any way they can. In postulate 3, the force of attraction or repulsion between two molecules in a gas are very weak or negligible except when they collide. And in the fourth postulate, when molecules collide with one another, the collisions are elastic. Therefore, no kinetic energy is lost. And in the fifth postulate, it is about the temperature and energy of the gas. So, in the average kinetic energy of a molecule is proportional to the absolute temperature. Temperature is a measure of the mean kinetic energy of particles. The higher the temperature, the greater the kinetic energy. So like example, when you see a boiling water, the gases spreads high up very fast because its kinetic energy from the heat is too hot.
Gas law. What is gas law? Describe the pressure, volume, and temperature effect that between behavior gases in different conditions. Gas law, our set of scientific principles and that explain how gases behavior under different conditions. A pressure, volume, and temperature there show the relationships between these variables and the help predict how gases respond to with one of them change in flow like bodies, charge, and gas Losaks focuses on specific condition. The law work by observing how gas particles move, interact, in response to change. Like for example, ipinapakita dito ng mga law na ito kung paano nagkakaugnayan sa tatlong variable. Nakakatulong ito para ma-predict kung paano mangyayari sa gas kapag may isang factor na nagbabago.
Now, we're gonna explain how Boyle's law works. What is Boyle's law? Boyle's law is described how pressure increases as volume decreases and vice versa when temperature decreases. Also, Boyle's law explains the relationship between the pressure and volume of a gas. It tells us that when the volume of gas decreases, the pressure also increases as long as the temperature stays the same. This is because the gas particles have less space to move, so they collide more often and with the walls of the container creating more pressure. Now, I can give a real-life scenario like a syringe. When you pull back a syringe, the volume decreases, but the pressure inside increases. Now, we're going to explain the Boyle's law formula. As you can see, P1 multiplied to B1 is equal to P2 times B2. The B is pressure and the B is volume. Now, let's proceed to the examples of Boyle's law. A gas exerts a pressure of 3 kPa on the wall of container. When the container is emptied into a 10-liter container, the pressure exerted by the gas increases to 6 kPa. Find the volume of container. Assume that the temperature and quantity of the gas remain constant. As you can see, the given initial pressure is 3 kPa. Also, the final pressure is 6 kPa. Final volume is 10 liters. Now, we're gonna find another volume, which is the volume 1. And according to Boyle's law, B1 is P2 over P1 is equal to B1. As you can see here, it multiplies the pressure, both of pressure. You can see 6 kPa multiplied on 10 liters over 3 kPa, and you get the final answer is 20 liters. Therefore, the volume container is 20 liters. Now, we're going to explain and tell how Charles' law. Charles' law states the volume of gas increases as its temperature also increases, as long as the pressure remains constant. And also, Charles' law focuses on the direct relationship between temperature and volume of gas, assuming the pressure is remain constant. When a gas is heated, its particles gain energy, move faster and spreads apart, causing the volume to increase. Conversely, when the temperature drops, the particles move more slowly and come closer together, the volume. Also, Charles' law behavior explains how gases react to the temperature changes in enclosed spaces. So also, Charles' law is important in understanding predicting gas behavior in real world applications such as engine, weather, balloons, and temperature-sensitive system. And here's, we're gonna see the formula of Charles' law. As you can see, the volume 1 over temperature 1 is equal to volume 2 over temperature 2, where volume 1 initial volume and the Vm is final volume, and the T1 is initial absolute temperature, and the Tf is final absolute temperature. And here's the example of Charles' law and how it works. A gas occupies a volume of 400 cm square cube at 0 degrees Celsius and 780 millimeter of Hg. How many liters of volume will the gas occupy at 80 degrees Celsius and 70 mmHg? As you can see here, the given is volume 1 is 400 centimeter cube. Our T1 is 0 degrees Celsius, which is, we will convert it to Kelvin, so we're gonna plus the value of T1 to the 273, which is the value of Kelvin. And our T2 is 80 degrees Celsius, and also we're gonna add it to the value of Kelvin. And now, the missing is our volume 2. The temperature is changing, the pressure remains constant. So, our formula is, as it said, is V1 over T2 is equal to V2 is equal to T2. As you can see here, 400 over 273 is equal to V2 353. Our V2 is multiplied to 400 multiplied to 353 over 273. Therefore, our V2 is 517.21 cm cube, since cubic centimeters is 0.001 liters. 517.21 cubic meters are value.
Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law states that the pressure of a given mass of gas is directly proportional its absolute temperature in Kelvin, not in Celsius, provided the volume remains constant. So, Gay-Lussac's law describes how pressure changes with temperature for a gas when the volume is fixed. When a gas is heated, increased temperature. Its molecules move faster and collide more frequently and forcefully with the walls of the container, causing an increase. Example, a car tire has a pressure of 30 psi at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. After driving for a while, the temperature of the air inside the tire rises to 50 degrees Celsius. Assuming the volume of the tire remains constant, what is the new pressure inside the tire? So, for our formula is P1 T1 over P1 is equal to P2 over T2. So the P1 is the 30 psi. So the T1 is 30 degrees Celsius, or where pag ginonvert natin siya sa Kelvin is 293 Kelvin. Sa T2 naman natin is 323 or 50 degrees Celsius in 323 in Kelvin. So P2 is equal to P1 times T2 over T1 is equal to 30 times 323 over 293. So ang equal na makukuha natin yan is 323 over 293 is 1.102. So we can multiply it to our P1. Our P1 is 30, and 30 times 1.102 is equal to 33.06 psi.
Go.
And now let's proceed to the Avogadro's law, the relationship between gas volume and number of particles. At constant temperature, Avogadro's law, at constant temperature and pressure, the volume of gas is directly proportional to the number of moles, which means if the volume of gas increases, then the number of moles also increases. The key points here is more moles is equals to more volumes. Fewer moles is equals to less volume. Volume and number of moles are directly proportional. And it is only valid when temperature and pressure are constant. Now this is the formula for the Avogadro's law. V1 over N1 is equals to V2 over N2, where V is the volume of the gas, N is the number of moles, and the 1 and 2 represents the two different sets of conditions. Now let's proceed to the example. Here the example, Hames is filling balloons with helium for a party. If 0.25 moles of helium gas fills one small balloon, which is 5 liters, how much total volume will you need to fill 3 balloons, assuming temperature and pressure stays the same? Now our V1 here is the 5 liters, our N1 is the 0.25 mole, our N2 is the 0.25 mole times 3 because we're finding here is the N2, here times 3, and we get this 0.75 mole. And now we're finding the V2. Now when we input the given to the formula, 5.0 over 0.25 is equals to V2 over 0.25. And when we compute it, 20, this one is the 20 times 0.75, and then we will get the 15 liters. 15 liters of how much? 15 liters of volume. Now here is the ideal gas law. Understanding the ideal gas law, the relationship between pressure, volume, and temperature. The ideal gas law combines several earlier gas laws, Boyle's, Charles, and Avogadro's law, into one equation that shows how pressure, volume, and temperature are related for a given amount of gas. Key points. Find the missing variables like pressure, volume, temperature, or amount of gas in chemical reactions or physical systems. The equation is based on moles, not mass. You must convert mass to moles using the molar mass that we discussed earlier. Here's the formula. Pressure times V times volume is equals to number of moles times universal gas constant times the temperature. And the temperature must be in Kelvin. Now when we input this, when we find the given here, that our number of moles is 4 moles, which is shown over here, and the temperature is 310 Kelvin, which is shown over here, and the volume is 10 liters, and R is equals to 0.0821 times liters times atmospheres per mole per Kelvin. Now when we put the given into the formula, it is pressure times 10 is equals to 4 times 0.0821 times 310. And when we calculate that, we will get the pressure times 10 is equals to 101.356. And now when we get the pressure, we need to divide the 101.356 divided by 10, and we will get the 10.14 atmospheres. Therefore, the pressure inside the canister in atmospheres is 10.14.